Tigers in Malaya were more than just majestic predators of the jungle. They were powerful symbols embedded in the local folklore and daily lives of the people. Tigers were both revered and feared, with stories aplenty of both the awe-inspiring power of nature's top predator and the dark mysticism of local beliefs. In the first of a three-part video series, we will set upon a journey through these stories. I hope it becomes evident that tigers hold a significant place not only in Malaya's natural heritage, but also in its history and culture. And that significance makes the conservation of tigers not just a matter of biodiversity concern, but a social and cultural imperative as well. Welcome to my Tiger Tales. In the dense jungles of Colonial Malaya, the tiger was more than just an unseen predator. It was a legend. The tiger has featured prominently in Malay culture and history throughout the centuries, both as a symbol of authority, power, and respect, as well as an object of terror, superstition, and destruction. Feared and revered in equal measure, the tiger stalked not only the forest undergrowth, but also the imaginations of the people. In this video, we'll journey into the heart of Malayan folklore, where the tiger emerges as both a symbol of raw power and a creature woven into tales of mystery, magic, and cultural memory. This potent symbolism lives on today, not just in stories, but proudly in the national identity itself. For example, some of you will be very familiar with the Jatinegara Malaysia, the Malaysian coat of arms, comprising a shield with two tigers supporting it. The origin of that coat of arms can actually be traced to the formation of the Federated Malay States, the FMS, in 1895. The FMS coat of arms, like its modern successor, also featured two tigers supporting the shield. The founding of the Federation of Malaya in 1948 led to a revision of the coat of arms for a more complete representation of the 11 states of the Federation. But again, those two tiger sentinels are still a prominent part of it. Not many people are aware that the flag of the Federated Malay States, introduced in 1905, also featured a tiger in full leap, and this flag remained in use until the 1950s. Another flag to feature the tiger was the flag of the state of Kedah that was used from 1821 until 1912. This was a red flag with a pouncing tiger representing the Sultanate of Kedah. The historical flag of the state of Kelantan that was in use from 1912 until 1923 also featured a tiger shaped in blue calligraphic script on a white background. The main body of the tiger is taken from verse 13, Surah Al-Saf of the Quran, which reads, "And you will obtain another favor that you love, victory from Allah and an imminent conquest, and give good tidings to the believers." For the stamp collectors among you, some of the earliest postage stamps issued in the Malay Peninsula featured the tiger. In 1892, Perak issued stamps with an image of a leaping tiger, and this was followed by stamps featuring the image of a tiger's head from 1895 until 1899. Other states followed the same design soon after. In 1901, stamps of the Federated Malay States were issued showing a jumping tiger and continued to be used until 1934. With the independence of Malaya, states of the Federation of Malaya also used the tiger motif in other stamp designs. The tiger was also considered an iconic brand for various products, many of which are still household brands up to this modern day. These range from the pouncing tiger adorning tiger balm ointments to the roaring tiger under the coconut palm of tiger beer. That Time for a Tiger advertising catchline used by Tiger Beer in colonial days also happened to be the first book title of the famous Malayan trilogy of books by celebrated author Anthony Burgess. One product in particular which features tigers frequently in their packaging are matches. The red-colored tiger matchbox label on the top left is thought to be the first ever locally manufactured match brand, produced in 1922 by Malayan Matches Limited of Selangor. Prior to this, all matches in Malaya were imported by local traders, particularly from Sweden, Great Britain, Japan, and China. One of Malaya's most prolific and famous manufacturers was the Kelantan Match Factory, established in 1933, and they produced a number of brands featuring tigers on their matchboxes. Another famous manufacturer was the Perak Match Factory in Teluk Anson, which began operations 3 years later in 1936. The tiger is the protagonist in many Malayan myths, legends, fairy tales, and fables, including the beloved tales of Sang Kancil, the mouse deer. These tales all have a cheeky, rebellious streak about them, when the powerful tiger, the king of the beasts, is invariably outwitted by the cunning and wily mouse deer. There is also the Malay legend of the king who fed on human blood, Raja Bersiong, or the Fanged King, which is loosely based on the historical myth Hikayat Merung Mahawangsa, or the Kedah Annals. According to the Kedah Annals, when fighting his enemies, aside from his titular fangs, Raja Bersiong could also transform himself into Harimau Terong Kasau, or a white tiger, a tiger with a recessive gene that creates a pale coloration, making the stripes of the tiger very pale. The remains of an ancient fort in Kampung Pinang Tunggal in Kuala Muda, Kedah, are said to be that of this king. These epic myths aside, there were numerous superstitions among ordinary Malayans that revolved around tigers. Nicholas Belfield Dennis's Dictionary of British Malaya in 1894 writes that the Malays, when in the forest, never refer to the animal by its real name, as they have a superstitious belief that the animal understands speech. Locke's Tigers of Terengganu in 1954 states that the Malays would prefer to use fanciful names when referring to tigers, such as Tok Belang, the Striped Elder, Tuan Hutan, Lord of the Jungle, or Si Pudong, Old Hairy Face. They would even avoid mentioning the tiger directly by name at all and just refer to it as Si Deer, it. According to Dennis, the Malays also believed that souls of dead humans would enter the bodies of tigers, and the killing of a tiger therefore is seldom attempted for fear of killing a departed relative or friend. The exception was if the tiger had committed the first aggression by killing a man, woman, or child. Similarly, John McNair in 1899 writes that the Chinese believe that when a person is killed by a tiger, his hantu or ghost becomes the slave of the beast and leads the tiger to other human prey. And so thoroughly subservient does the ghost become to his tigerish master that he even brings the tiger to his own family, his wife and children, and can calmly see them being devoured by his new master. There is also the legend of a tiger of enormous size called Barola, which is said to haunt Kinta in the state of Perak. It was said that a long time ago, in pre-Islamic days, a man caught a tiger cub and took it home. It grew up quite tame and lived with the man until he died, when it returned to the jungle and grew to an enormous size. It is said that the Barola is still there to this day, though nobody ever sees it. It does no harm, but sometimes very large tracks are seen, and men hear its roar, which is so loud that it can be heard from Cemor to Batu Gajah. When heard in the dry season, it is a sure omen of rain in 15 days' time. Interestingly, a cat is referred to as Barola Dapo in parts of Perak instead of Kuching. According to Hale's paper on mines and miners in Kinta in 1885, cats were not allowed on tin mines, and even mention of a cat will bring misfortune. We shall be exploring many similar myths and legends about tigers in Malaya in the second part of this video series, and in particular, the dreaded Harimau Jadian, or Were tiger. Not all tigers in Malay legend were beasts on 4 legs. Some walked among us in human form. Until then though, thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Don't forget to like and share, and I'm looking forward to your comments below. Cheerio!